it's not, it doesn't happen by magic. It happens because people work hard, they supply these ships, they store the ships, they move traffic, they, all the transportation, all the hotels, everything's involved in this whole, what it takes to get a cruise passenger happy. Somebody's doing something right. I tell you, somebody's doing something right. So, cruising is back. Okay, cargo, that's what cargo is what got us through the pandemic. Our revenues were $9 million a month. They went down to $2 million a month. $7 million a month was losing. But the cargo kept us going. And this fuel farm up here on the north side, every drop of gas that comes into this county, any gas for your car comes out here. I'll talk about the salt. We've got a little bit of container over here. Ambassador Services. Ambassador Services is our biggest company that supplies. They're huge frozen vegetables. They've got frozen warehouses. Frozen vegetables come from South America. They have a huge repackaging plant where they take big bags and put it in little bags, and then they go to Walmart and go to wherever. All that stuff is happening on the port here. This is aggregate. Those of you who've heard this pitch before, I always talk about the I-4 project, all the rocks that are needed for the I-4 project. That's been 12, 14 years now. Never going to end. It's good business. It's a good business line. What has changed, and it's just a story in the paper today, but that bright line, okay, the new railroad, what is that tracks going? Oh, Little Rocks. And they lost their source of supply, and so guess what? We now bring in Little Rocks for bright line. And until that gets done. So those kind of things are just kind of interesting data point. That's a fuel ship coming in. Again, you need 40-some feet of depth for that ship to come in. Wow. So that's the deepest vessel that comes in. It's just a side point. Cruise ships don't draw much water. Okay. Fuel weighs a lot. People don't. All right. And so cruise ships only need about 30, 32 feet. Believe it or not, even though they're 1,000 foot long. All right, it's always something to see. The biggest pile of salt you're ever going to see. Morton Salt Company up at the port there. They mine it down in the Bahamas and they bring it in by ship and they offload it here and then they turn it into that. This is little bags of salt going up north for the roads and for the little bottles of salt, sea salt that you buy in the store. America's a wonderful place. The difference between sea salt and regular salt.
The Himalaya thing.
Morton Salt is making a lot of money. We got a couple old cranes. We got ourselves a new mobile harbor crane. Got 100 tires on it. Not cool. We're getting another one. Business is so good. These things are about 12 million. We're getting another one because we just need it. Here's the data point. The one thing, if you've been up to the port in the last couple of months, if you drive up there and drive around, every acre of land that was not being used for something, we have lumber on. Okay? The demand for lumber in this region is astronomical. From Jacksonville to Orlando down to wherever, and much further, the whole state of Florida, lumber comes in important to Port Canaveral. The reason is because it's a bulk product like that. It's not a container, and so you've got to be able to do this and to get rid of it. So everywhere you drive around, doesn't matter. There's lumber. Oh, there's lumber. That's our slag business. Okay, another thing that's got half again as big in the last 3 years than it used to be. Slag is a byproduct of steel. You bring it in from Japan. They pulverize it in this thing here, and they put the powder in trucks, and it goes into our concrete. Okay, so it's an important part of concrete. So again, because of the demand for the building supplies in this region, it's all coming through here. It's something to be part of. I was out fishing, and look what I saw earlier from the water. There's more lumber. It's remarkable. And then, of course, lumber means trucks. So every day, tens and tens of trucks fill up the lumber and take it places. I know everybody's driving on 528 over there. You see it all over, and you see it everywhere. It's there, but that's where it's starting from. All right, I'm going to shift. I really enjoy this job. The reason I really enjoy it is because this community is still advancing and changing and growing, and what has turned a big thing around for us, and certainly for everybody in this community, is the commercial space program. And we are an integral part of the commercial space program. These boosters get launched, they get landed, and then we bring them in, and we train them up to use it again. Sometimes they almost make it in or don't make it in. But those come in at midnight. They don't come in the afternoon. They come in at midnight.
8 in the morning.
Yeah. They don't want to see this picture. Okay, so they come in and we pick them up, and we take them off the barge, and we put them on the flatbed, and away they go again. I mean, they just, was their 170th landing, something like that? Just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This went from 0, now we're at 170, and it's non-stop. Oh, there's some more under. Well, so we've got all the SpaceX guys. We've got, this is the vessel that picks up the capsule. We've got the Doug and Bob. They pick up the fairings that come off. All that stuff comes back in through the port and it gets sent off to use again. What's happening, though, of course, is that while SpaceX is rolling, there's new guys coming. Okay, I'm going to show you that this is just a kind of a real great picture that I got from my Coast Guard friends. This is when the two guys were coming back. And then picking it up. And that's what we do, and we do that here. You know, I mean, I got to tell you, from somebody who was a ship guy, didn't know much about rockets when I moved here. This is all really something good. And what's changing, of course, is that now this is a Falcon 9. Blue Origin's here. Blue Origin's coming in. They're building these rockets here.
Oh my God.
And they're going to be launching these rockets here, and they're going to be landing this rocket on a much bigger barge. Okay? And that barge is going to come in. What are we going to need? A bigger crane. That's a lot bigger, right? In all seriousness. And Blue Origin and all that, they're just getting warmed up. And so 2 years from now, we're all going to just be, I think we're going to be astounded as the commercial space continues to grow. And in our region, we're in the heart of it, so it's good stuff. All right, I'll finish up here. You know, we get nothing done if we try to do it by ourselves. We are totally part of, we've got a wonderful delegation that takes care of us, and we try to take care of them. And there's federal money, there's state money, there's everything in between. FDOT's a big part of it, of course. Our big thing we got going on right now, those of you who are familiar with the port, we've got this drawbridge on the north side. The drawbridge is a pain in the neck. It's old, it breaks down. It's a single point of failure, not just for us, but for the whole northern, the whole Kennedy Space Center, south side. So we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna put an overpass. Okay? Can't wait. Same thing has to happen. 528 has to get widened. The most important thing. Anybody who drives 528 knows that 528, and so again, we're using all the powers that we have within our legislative capability, and we've got quite a bit getting our impact to get those projects going and running. So that's all. Again, just to keep the business model in mind, we make all that money. We don't. What do we do with that money? We put it right back into the port. It's all about infrastructure. It's all about, and these are over the last X number of years, we've averaged about $90 million a year of infrastructure projects that we spend on the port, except for the last 2 years. We didn't have any money. But now we're back. We're going to spend about $40, $50 million this year and get back going again. So it's not, I mean, this is all, just goes back into our local construction company, our local construction companies, and all those people who are part of our area as well. I'm going to close with a little teaser. Yes, this area right here, if you come into the port, this is on the Indian River side. Okay, there's about 30 acres here. Well, 12 of those acres is now leased from us by the Brevard Zoo. Okay, and now my disclaimer is that these pictures I got from Keith. All right, Keith Winston, the head of the zoo, because if it doesn't look like this, at the end, don't blame me. But yeah, this is it's going to be on a river. This is going to be tourists. There's going to be research and development. It's going to be educational. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful piece, and we're really happy to be the landlord. I'm not sure these exact people are going to be there, but it's going to be something like this. Much interactive outdoors. It's not a big tank in a building. Okay, it's much more than that. And we're excited. We're excited. There's still, and we're hoping. You see, 20, maybe beginning at 25 to start really get some construction going. We're going to take care of the roads, the parking, and the lights, and all that stuff. All right. Again, we're an open port. If anybody can't take away from my conversation, we're an open port, and the business flows in and out. And there's no walls around our port, and we continue to make our region get it done. And with that, that's what it looks like in the tower. I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I'll take a couple questions if you've got time. If not, please.
Yes. It behooves me. I'm Jerry Blanchard from Global Tours, and I've been a travel agent for 26 years in Brevard. It behooves me to say thank you, because what you've done for us, knowing that we have the prettiest, I think, and the most modern port, we have attracted people that now come from Miami to Port Canaveral. And we're in recovery, but thanks to you guys, it's true what he says, the cruises are selling out every single month. So thank you, from all of us as travel agents.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, sir.